Hi and welcome to this tutorial video series on using your Nexus 7. In this short video we'll be looking at widgets. What are they? How do you use them? And how can we use them in our practice as educators? In short, a widget is something that is on the home screen desktop display of your device that isn't just a link to an app, but actually shows me information or is a bookmark for a specific app. So for example, this 4:15 clock in the middle is actually a widget. I can hold it just like I do an app, move it around and customize it just as I would wish. I can also change the size that it takes up on the device and click off when I'm finished. That's one difference you will see in Android devices compared to Apple devices is that with the use of widgets you can really customize your experience. Let me go to a blank page and I'll show you how to add a widget. So adding a widget on your Nexus 7 device is quite simple. Click on the app drawer, which again is the circle with the dots in it. In landscape mode it'll be on the side on the right here, but in portrait mode it'll be in the center bottom. So we'll click on it. At the top you'll see we are viewing all of our apps right here. If we want to go to widgets, we can click on widgets. And here it'll give you a list similar to your app list, but it's all of the compatible widgets you have for the installed apps. So if you download an app that has the ability to have a widget shortcut on your screen, it'll automatically get added here. So for example, I have the calendar app on my device, and when I installed it, it gave me the calendar widget. I have Google Drive on my device, so it gives me a shortcut to be able to scan a device or to take a picture. I can add shortcuts to folders. I have a screen recorder widget. There's just many really good types of widgets that you can add, and if you add other apps to your device, you might find other widgets to automatically get installed. For now, let's add a widget to show our time. We want the time on every single page, say, and we want to add the time here. So we're going to hold the digital clock widget, hold it down, and drag it to wherever it is you want it to go. I'm going to put it right at the top center, and it's as simple as that. Let's say we want to add another widget. We're going to click on our app drawer, go to widgets, and let's say we want to add a direct link to a book that is found in our Google Play Books library. So I'm going to hold book, drag it to where I want the book to go, and here it'll prompt Google Play Books, and we can choose a book that we want to add a shortcut. So I might add this dinner party cookbook sample here. I'm going to click on it, and it should add it. So instead of having to go into the Books app and find through the library, I can just click on this dinner party app, and it should just go right into that book and be easily accessible for me to read. This is really helpful if I am using a certain book or a certain item within an app often, and I want to be able to have fast access. I can organize these apps and widgets. I can organize these widget bookmarks much like apps, many of them that is. So for example, I have one for the Jungle Book. I can drag it over to the same page that I have my other book and drag it over top, and if I wanted all the books that I have downloaded in my library for Google Play Books, I can add it here. This can be done with Overdrive books, which are taken out from the public library if you have an active account, and you can organize them into the same folder. Another helpful widget is one that we can add as a bookmark, or we can add a link. So if we have bookmarks on our device, we can click here, and this will go into our Google Drive. We might not have any bookmarks. In this case, I don't really have any bookmarks, so it's kind of a bad example. But we can make it so that we can go directly to a page. Here's an example of a bookmark widget. I can click on the student engagement link, and it'll go right here. So we've used this for our ABC forms tracking. Really, these bookmarks that we've been adding to access our ABC data tracking forms are really just a type of widget. There's ones where you can pause and play music. There's really just an unlimited, endless amount of widgets, and I hope you can experiment with some of them and see some that are helpful. There's an example over here of a calendar, so I can just quickly see my calendar without having to open it. I can do recording if I wanted to record audio really quickly, and I don't have to fuddle with the app and get into there. Here's an email one, so instead of having to go into my email and mail app, I can just do it right from my screen. And that's just some of the very many widgets that are really helpful. Getting rid of a widget is just as easy as getting rid of an app. You can just hold it and you can remove it. Simple as that. Some of these widgets you can adjust in size. So this calendar widget, I don't want to have the whole thing covering my screen. I'll just hold it down and it'll provide and let go, and that'll show you these 4 dots. And I can shrink it as I choose. I might want to take this email widget and shrink it just as small. Click off, hold it, and move it over here and put it right beside here. So now I can see my email and my calendar and have a recording just on one page. Really nice and quick and easy, and that leaves another page open for whatever I want. That concludes our video on widgets, and I hope that you find it helpful. Thanks.